So check to the mail, buddy.
My music! What the hell was that?
I don't know, but what in the hell is Shannon Rose thinking? He could have blinded me if not for these sunglasses.
I was half blinded until the beautiful ass of one of the Diamond Doll's talent was in the ring. That was what saved the hardcore giant Ron Niemi's sight.
I missed that.
Of course you missed it.
You talking about Devin Nash?
No.
He had the chair shot at Eddie Edwards. He's going to have to pay for that. There's some fines and suspensions coming up. But coming up today, fans, two big title matches. Up first, we've got Pat McGroin. He's going for that coveted IPW heavyweight title against Agent Steele.
Agent Steele, your IPW heavyweight champion, getting in the ring with Pat McGroin, the former television champion, brought to the ring by the Canadian strongman Pat Powers. That's going to be an incredible match, Aaron.
Great match. And then in our main event, we've got Jaguar coming back from the injury, taking on Rod Steele. But fans, it's about time for that first match, so let's check it out right now. All right, fans.
Pat McGroin, a former IPW turner, one of the biggest men in IPW, Pat Powers.
The Canadian bait, that's what I said. Okay. And here comes the champion, Agent Steele.
Done things the hard way in this business. He flex, and he paid his dues.
All the difference in the world.
Look at this guy. What is he, some type of... Were you working the camera? He's been doing everything he can to get an upper...
All right, nice pop-up there by Agent Steele, and he does that. Pat McGroin, a strong individual. Counter for every move, I'm quite sure.
It doesn't matter if it turns into a Pier 6 brawl, if you want to use the old wrestling. They can do everything. You see Agent Steele, like you said, there's a counter for every counter.
He gets him with a drop kick, but he's able to get a little bit out of the way.
Press!
I tell you what, all kinds of moves coming out here in IPW, especially here in IPW, and that means not being in the corner of Ron Niemi.
Ron Niemi, the hardcore giant, has had his problems with Agent Steele. He is the man that took the Shane brothers to the top of the ladder in IPW and all over the world. Ron Niemi did everything he could to protect the titles. When Agent Steele teamed up with some old has-been of a partner, he managed to single-handedly take the tag belts from the Shane brothers in a cage match. That was another time in another place. Now he is our champion. I like the guy. I like what he stands for, and he's in there right now defending the belt against Pat McGroin.
Tell you what, the fans really into Agent Steele as well, and there you see Pat Powers getting himself involved, and Tiffany does not seem to like that.
Why is...
No, she doesn't at all.
She slaps him right across the mush. He should know better. And again, look at the crowd. They like it. They don't like Pat Powers whatsoever. They love Tiffany. They like everything she stands for, especially that perfect ass that's being carried around in that little skirt of hers.
Yes, those are some lucky fans up there in the new bleachers at the WrestlePlex getting to sit behind the lovely secretary.
You talk about some hardcore fans that sit up in those bleachers, which are basically death-defying. It's about 150 degrees at the WrestlePlex on those top bleachers, but the people want the best vantage point they can get when it's for the IPW heavyweight title. They want to be up there in the Eagle's Nest looking down at the action, Aaron.
All right, Ron, all right. Let's get back to the match. Pat McGroin shoots Agent Steele off the ropes, but a nice sunset flip there. But, I don't think he's going to do it. What? Come on, do something. There you go.
Hook him. That's the thing. Agent Steele, you got to give him credit. He's smart enough to get his legs over the arms of Pat McGroin, hook him for the pin. Pat McGroin, that isn't enough to take him out, and he comes up with a wicked lariat and absolutely levels Agent Steele. 1, 2. Oh, Jim Bragg, I'll tell you what, for 89 years old, he's quite quick and somewhat spry.
I tell you what, Jim Bragg, a little bit here lately, has gotten quite an attitude. He's very angry. He says Richie Rich gets to wrestle, El Masco Aficionado gets a mask. What's going on here?
You got Pat McGroin chasing Tiffany. You got Pat Powers working over Agent Steele. You got Tiffany's skirt crawling up right over her.
Hello. Hi there. Meow. Meow.
Oh, almost a 2 count there. That was almost a quick 3 count for our champion, Agent Steele, but you're not going to put Pat McGroin away nearly that easily.
You're not going to finish off Pat McGroin with something simple like that. You're going to have to take it.
Don't try that.
Come on now. You think the referee's going to fall for that? The least you could do is look at Wrestling 101. Take the class. Argue with the ref when you're acting like you're not choking his throat as your ankle is draped across his larynx.
Tell you what, Ron Niemi knows every single way to cheat in this business. I may not get along with you too much, but if anyone wants to know how to cheat properly, they need to go to Ron Niemi.
Well, I'm not even going to sit here and claim that I won't take every shortcut that I need to
like
keep...
that.
No, see, Pat Powers, he's doing everything he can to get his man the upper hand. I don't like Pat Powers. I don't like Pat McGroin, but they're doing everything they can. This is a once-in-a-lifetime shot. He's getting a shot at the IPW heavyweight title. They're going to do what they can to take it back home.
I tell you what, Pat McGroin and Pat Powers, part of one of the latest groups to try to put Ron Niemi and IPW out of business. But just like every other group that thinks they have something on us, they're nowhere near successful.
Nobody is successful when they try to go on head-on with Ron Niemi, IPW Hardcore Wrestling, or 911. Look at the vicious chops they're trading back and forth. Absolutely tearing each other apart. This is like Super Brawl 1, where you had Ric Flair getting absolutely tore apart by Fujinami by vicious chops that turned his chest
right here.
It was over at the Bayfront Arena, Super Brawl 1. This is the WrestlePlex. Pat McGroin, Agent Steele, the IPW heavyweight title, and chest turned the tender hamburger.
I tell you what, Pat McGroin has the hardest chops in IPW, and that's saying something when you have the likes of Agent Steele and Mike Sullivan chopping you, and there you got a ref bump by Jim Bragg. Maybe that's why Star gets all the big matches most of the time, buddy.
Jim Bragg is the type of guy that's there for the 1-2-3 when he needs to. He calls it right down the middle, but he's not quick enough to get out of the way, and he's not there to see Pat Powers with the IPW heavyweight title. He takes out his own man. He levels Pat McGroin with the title.
That can't be good at all.
Look at him. He's like, this never happened with Kevin Catlin.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Aaron, don't be afraid to totally no-sell this exciting finish. You're over there trying to finish your cigarette while I'm calling this match.
I can't get a word in edgewise, as usual, unless I interrupt you, Ron Niemi. I was trying to be kind and not do that this week, but now I'm just going to have to forget it. And Pat McGroin is on the top turnbuckle, about to finish off your new favorite wrestler, Agent Steele.
Pat McGroin, he's up at the top rope. Definitely not his strong point. He gets caught in a huge power slam. Aaron Royal finishes his Pall Mall cigarette with no filter whatsoever, so he can actually talk when I throw it back to him right now.
And right now, both men down. Referee gentleman Jim Bragg starting the 10 count. You would hate to see a match of this magnitude in this way. I hope somebody gets up so we can have a decisive winner between these two great IPW superstars.
There's one thing that I absolutely hate when it comes to wrestling. It's anything that ends in a no decision. I don't care if it's a double count out, a double DQ. I want to see a winner. And there's a huge sit-out powerbomb by Pat McGroin. And Aaron, I know this is one of your 3 favorite things. Lay it on me.
My 3 favorite things are Deep Thoughts, Pizza, and the Flair Steamboat Series of '89.
I'm glad you were able to get that across, Aaron. Now the people get to know a little bit of the personality of the one we call the anal one, Aaron Royal.
Well, if Commissioner Edwards would ever update my profile, I wouldn't have to go to such lengths.
Now, Pat McGroin is absolutely taking control of this match. He looks like he's setting up Agent Steele for a pump handle, who then slips out the back door, and he hits him with, what the hell do you call that?
The twist of fate.
The twist of fate.
All right, Agent Steele, if he can crawl over and hook a leg, he can retain this championship, but he's awfully slow. And here comes Pat Powers into play one more time. Gentleman Jim Bragg says, don't do that.
Don't do that. Please don't. And there he goes. Pat Powers, he doesn't listen to Jim Bragg. He takes that big forearm and he clubs him right across the small of the back. And his back isn't that small, especially the small of his back.
That's true. Nothing small about these two individuals. But right there, Agent Steele just gets laid right in his face by Pat McGroin. But once again, both individuals completely exhausted. Whichever guy can get up will obviously have the decided advantage. And it looks like Pat McGroin, there he goes. 1, 2. No, almost a 3 count, almost a delay by Jim Bragg there.
Is Jim Bragg starting to second guess? Is he in there? Is he favoring Agent Steele? No, this isn't like your former career as a door-to-door lettuce salesman, Jim Bragg. This is professional wrestling. This is IPW Hardcore, and this is for the most prestigious title on the independent scene today.
All right, Pat McGroin whipped off the ropes.
Huge backdrop.
That's the word I was looking for.
That's what you call a backdrop.
No, I was looking for the word huge.
Oh, huge. Well, it was a huge backdrop by Pat McGroin.
Shot.
Come on.
Ironic.
You see right now, Tiffany's on the outside. She just seen her extracurricular activity for after the show just go right out the window because Agent Steele isn't going to be taking no care of no hanky-panky, if you will.
Okay, my buddy Rod Steele said he would be in line to take care of any problems that she might have.
Your buddy Rod Steele. And you see Agent Steele get leveled with what was supposed to be a huge superplex off the top rope. He kind of threw himself straight out into the middle of the ring. Then it came out into a suplex driver of sorts, which was made very famous by El Hijo del Santo in Puerto Rico back in the feud of the...
All right, Ron Niemi with the wrestling history lessons that nobody cares about. Oh, and some more chops. Agent Steele learning very well from Pat McGroin. Oh, but McGroin just tears the champion apart.
Oh my, what are they thinking? I felt that one over here, and you know, Aaron, I'm as tough as nails and things like this.
Yeah, the ex-wrestler.
No, nails. See, you keep taking me off. My train of thought gets screwed up when you throw in references nobody cares about. Pat
I throw in references no one cares about.
Come on now, Agent Steele. There he is with the big boot. Sticks it right in the chops of Pat McGroin. Blockbuster. Not Buff Bagwell style. He hits it. Hooks the leg. Still your champion. IPW heavyweight champion. Agent Steele. Pat Powers wasn't enough to equalize him. That was great, Aaron.
All right, fans. We'll be right back.
Python, brother, like I've said before, Uptown Frankie Capone and yourself were never seeing eye to eye. So I went out and I bought myself the baddest mamma jamma in the state of Florida from Sabrat City, Massachusetts. Pete Cannon and Uptown Frankie Capone, we are gonna be the double deuce, baby. We are gonna start it now and it's gonna go on forever. Tell him, big man.
You know, Frank, since this started, I've had a disagreement with you. You were telling me how Python had no class. Python had no class. And I'm like, brother, you're wrong. Python has class. All low.
Python, I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't like you. I don't like your big titty wife. I don't like your stupid mongoloid of a son. The fact is, when you and I bang heads, it's not just gonna be you and I. Brother, I'm from Brooklyn. We're doing it Italian style. Me and my Gumbada standing right next to me. We're gonna break you down. You and anybody else you bring to the ring with you. You're looking at double deuce coming at you.